Hello, everyone, and welcome to the LifeVantage Opportunity Overview. We are Dr. Dondee and Marci Nettles. We are your presenters today, and we've got some wonderful information to share with you about a do-it-yourself wellness line where you can literally take advantage of your cell's natural biology by controlling your own DNA through natural means. True story. And we're going to share some awesome information with you about a stay-at-home or do-it-yourself from home business opportunity so that you don't have to leave your home to go help someone else create their economy. You can create your own from your own home. But before we get into that, we've got some information to share with you, like who we are and how we became your presenters. So as I said, my name is Dr. Dondee Nettles. I was a family wellness chiropractor for many, many years, almost 20 years, and fatherhood came during that journey. And when my son came, we had the fourth largest chiropractic practice in the state of Arizona, seeing between 350 and 500 patients a week, but I had no ability to be a dad. And then I took a radio show offer and became an AM talk radio host as well. A couple years later, my daughter was born. And now 80 to 90 hours a week spent outside my home, helping people get well and educating people about getting well kept me from being a father. And two children were wondering where daddy was. And that's when I had my meltdown, almost, when the height of my professional career was the lowest of my personal life ever. And that was until I saw the information we're going to share with you. And after seeing it, a little over a year after implementing it, I was able to sell my practice, cancel my radio show, and be a full-time father to my children while running an international business, which is now in 20 countries and serves tens of thousands of people every single day. And on that amazing journey, I met this amazing woman, the most beautiful human being I've ever met, my beautiful wife, Marci, where we combined our businesses, joined our families, and now together we run from our home office here, an international business that serves people in over 20 countries, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, while being parents and grandparents.
It's amazing how something like this can start with just one person wanting more, right? Dondee was wanting more time with the people that he loves and cares about the very most. You know, I remember back before LifeVantage, I was actually a police officer for almost 10 years, and I really enjoyed what I was doing. I felt like I was serving the community and I was making great money. So I was, in control of my life. Until life happens. In August of 2009, I was in a car accident on duty that ended my career that fast. It left me with a brain injury and several herniated discs throughout my spine that required surgery. And it left me unable to be a police officer any longer. My mind wasn't working properly. My body was in pain all of the time. I wasn't able to pay my bills the way that I used to be able to pay my bills. I went through a divorce of a marriage that was already struggling, and we lost a house. And on top of all of that, my kids were teenagers at that time, and mom was not available for them. So I got really depressed, and I ended up on more prescription medication that had warning labels that said may cause suicidal tendencies. And I ended up having 4 suicide attempts before very dear friends of mine were introduced to this information we're going to share with you today. And they thought of me. And I am so grateful that they did.
Me too.
Yeah, seriously. Because when I saw this information, I had hope for the first time in 18 months that I could get my mind and my body working at a higher level, that I could take control of my life again, be able to pay my bills, and that I could possibly, have a purpose for being here that's greater than what it was before. So I can remember back when I was so out of control to where now it's like we're looking for ways to contribute to other people's lives, to where, my mind and body were not working for me. They were against me. And now I can do and be basically whatever I want to be and do. And we have this purpose that is so big that it involves every single one of you, because we're looking for people just like us. We're looking for people that are looking for better in their lives, more in their lives, maybe time with the people you care about. How about better wellness and health, or being able to take better control of your own financial future? If any of that resonates with you, you are absolutely in the right place at the right time to be able to see this right information with this company called LifeVantage.
But before we get into the particulars, we need to share this with you. And that is, there is no promise or guarantee of success. You've seen it before. Results may vary.
Yeah.
Well, you get out of anything what you put into it, and this is no exception. But we will show you exactly what is possible, give you very specific examples, But if you want the success we show you, you have to do your part. There's no shortcuts. There's no promises or guarantees. You got to do your part, but we'll show you what it takes.
You know, and there's no better time than the first Saturday of the new year to take control of your lives, guys. And we've got exciting information to share with you that hardly anybody knows about, including this, that you can actually flip the switches inside of your body and you can feel better and do more every single day. Because it's a fact, we're being hijacked daily by the food and water that we consume. How about by environmental stressors, pollutions, and even products in our homes? Personal relationship stress at an all-time high. And then there's technology. How about this that you're even watching us on right now? What it's doing is it's creating something called overstimulation by EMFs and blue lights that it emits. And it changes the way your mind and your body works and even changes your mood. Did you know that 85,000 chemicals have been introduced since the Industrial Revolution? And it's all of these chemicals, guys, inside of us that we can't get away from, that's really changing what's going on, dimming those lights that we have. What does this feel like? Well, maybe you're getting sick more frequently because you have a decreased immune system, or you've got brain fog, forgetfulness. How about sluggishness? You're just tired all the time. How about bad mood or lack of motivation, and even increased stress all the way around, right? And then there's fatigue. Have you checked your watch like in the past couple of days, searching for just that extra 15 minutes for a power nap? Well, guys, if any of this sounds familiar to you, you are not alone, because what's really happening inside of our bodies when the light is dimming is called oxidative stress, mitochondrial decline, or a decline in sirtuin activity, and so much more. You're like, more? Marci, I have absolutely no idea what those first three things are. Well, that's okay. That's exactly why you're here today, is to hear about those things. Because science has already discovered that our genes contain incredible abilities to keep our bodies healthy. By the way, that's not the genes as in pants. That's the genes that make up who you are. So if you could leverage those genes with the flip of a switch, would you do it? $1 million question.
Leverage your genes and look good in your jeans all at the same time. Well, oxidative stress. You may not be familiar with the term, but you've seen it in action. You've bit out of an apple. It looked like that. You set it down, came back a little while later, and it looked like that. It turned brown. What you just witnessed was the oxygen in the air causing stress to the flesh of the apple, thus turning it brown. Well, guess what? Every time you take a breath, whether it's big or small, the same thing happens to your cells. But your cells fight back the way an apple can't. Your cells, led by your genes, produce antioxidant enzymes. Pretty amazing, actually. It's through the NRF2 pathway, and specifically the 5 natural ingredients of Protandim NRF2 synergizer flip the switch inside your cells, triggering the genes to produce those antioxidant enzymes, and doing so, lower oxidative stress by an average of 40% in just 30 days. That's pretty powerful. Well, so taking Protandim NRF2 Synergizer literally removes the age-related effect of oxidative stress by empowering your genes to produce those antioxidant enzymes. It's pretty awesome. Well, this NRF2 pathway that starts that and facilitates that, let's see what scientists are saying about it. This is what a team of researchers at Washington State University said. NRF2 is likely to be the most important health-promoting approach in the foreseeable future. NRF2 may become the most extraordinary breakthrough in the history of health. Words specifically chosen. That's powerful. That's your genes. So what you're looking at here is a demonstration of your genes' production of those antioxidant enzymes throughout your life. From the moment you're born, you start to grow, then you hit your late 20s and you start to age. And then every decade after that, those enzymes get less and less produced because your genes get less and less capable. Well, that was until the NRF2 pathway was discovered and isolated and influenced with Protandim NRF2 Synergizer, thus giving your genes the ability to produce those antioxidant enzymes the way you did when you were a child, regardless of how old you are. Told you your genes are powerful, but don't take my word for it. Go read the research on pubmed.gov. You'll see that universities like Harvard did research on their own dime and published that information in the journals like of cellular biochemistry as an example. In fact, look at the list of research facilities and look at the list of medical journals that are publishing this finished product research, not ingredients research, wellness-based finished product research. It's never been done before, guys. That's powerful, but go look at it for yourself, pubmed.gov. So these switches, these pathways, we asked, are there more of them? Can we influence our genes in other ways? And we found out that there's at least 2 that we could through other products, mitochondrial health and sirtuin activity. And let me describe those to you now. So your mitochondria health, or specifically mitochondrial decline, is like when your brain says, hey, let's go for a run, and your body says, nope, not today. There's nothing left in the tank. It's like your batteries have been drained. We're talking your cellular batteries. All of us go through this as we age. Well, that was until we isolated the pathway responsible for producing mitochondria. It's the NRF1 pathway. And the 5 natural ingredients of Protandim NRF1 Synergizer flip that switch, triggering your genes to produce more, specifically 70% more NRF1. NRF1 pathway, when flipped, creates the production of mitochondria. Mitochondria, consider them factories that put out nothing but energy. They make energy. So when you take Protandim NRF1 Synergizer, you literally give your cells the ability to produce their own energy and recharge their own batteries. And they do by an increase of 70% production in NRF1. So what happens then? The energy's there, your cells utilize it. And when they utilize it, they literally burn it. And there's leftover debris inside your cells. Well, if the mechanism that's designed to clean it up slows down, which it does when we age, it gets all gunked up inside your cells. The sirtuins are responsible for that. Well, guess what? We found the pathway to the sirtuin activity and cleaning up the cellular environment again. It's called the NAD pathway. And the 4 natural ingredients of Protandim NAD Synergizer flip that switch, increasing the production of NAD by 100% in just 24 hours. So 100% more NAD means 100% more sirtuin activity, and sirtuins clean up the debris inside the cells caused by your cells burning the productions that they made for themselves. Are you getting how powerful your genes are? So it starts with cleaning up. NAD Synergizer, flipping the switch inside your cells, producing more sirtuins. The sirtuins clean up the inner environment. When that happens, the cells simply start working right again. And when cells start working right again, they start communicating with other cells again, and your body starts to return to wellness. That's pretty powerful. We'll put all that together, clean up the internal environment within the cell, start producing cellular activity again, increase the power and the cellular longevity of that power inside your cells while simultaneously removing the age-related effect of oxidative stress. That's what happens when all 3 switches are flipped at the same time. We call it do-it-yourself wellness. Specifically, we call it Protandim Tri-Synergizer, the 3 products combined. Now, first look at the gray bar graph that you see there. The NRF2 on the left, NRF1 in the middle, and NAD on the right. That's what happens when just that single product is taken by itself and the amazing cellular response that you see as a result. It's pretty powerful. But now look closer at the blue bar graphs. That's the Tri-Synergizer effect. That's when all 3 switches, all 3 products are taken at the same time. Look what happens to NAD. And NAD, consider it like the orchestrator. When NAD is increased that much, it has a dramatic effect on NRF1 and NRF2. Again, energy, oxidative stress removal, and overall cellular cleanup. For you, it's do-it-yourself wellness. It's pretty powerful. So are you ready to flip the switch? Are you ready to start having a positive mood and motivation again? It is the new year, right? So start talking about supporting healthy longevity and improving your mental focus and concentration. For you multitaskers, how about boosting your mental and physical energy and improving the function of your inflammatory system while simultaneously improving your cardiovascular function. It sounds too good to be true, right? Well, it's not. That's the power of your genes when they're properly activated, and we call it Protandim Tri-Synergizer. It comes with free shipping, 30-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee, literally for less than the price of a latte per day. So how important is your health, and how much are you willing to invest in it? If you can chug down a latte, you can take responsibility and control of your own DNA. Now, this is what it looks like, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. We have an amazing product called the Vitality Stack, which combines two of those three tri-synergizers, the NRF2 and the NRF1, as well as ProBio, the most amazing probiotic on the market, and Omega Plus, the most amazing free fatty acid product on the market, which, by the way, the free fatty acid product and the probiotic product and the NRF2 synergizer have all been individually shown to honor your natural immunity in your natural functioning immune system. Unbelievable product called Vitality Stack. Then we have Axio. It is literally powdered brain food. That can be so simple. Looks like this when you mix it. So you just take one of those packets, tear it open, pour it in a bottle of water, shake it up, chug it down, and you just literally empowered your brain to control and regulate its own neurotransmitters. Now, I know that sounds scientific, but what it means to a lay person: focus, concentration, mood, memory, attention span, and how about motivation on January 2nd of 2021? Unbelievable brain empowering food called Axio, which comes in decaf and regular in amazingly delicious flavors. Then we move on to ProBio. Like I told you, the most amazing probiotic on the market for two reasons. The first, its shape. It's small and it's round, meaning it gets through the intestines much quicker than other oblong or long oval shaped products, which gets down into your large intestine much quicker than the rest. And there's also a coating on it called BioTract. Why is that important? So that it doesn't get neutralized in the very acidic environment of your stomach, which is where 94% of all other probiotics go to die. They may be great, but your stomach acid eats them. So only literally 6% gets down into your large intestine. Well, with ours, it's 60%, 10 times more of what you take gets down into the large intestine, improving what is called your microbiome, your digestion, because what you eat is amazing, but only if you digest it, and it starts with amazing microbiome. Then we move over to Omega Plus, the most amazing free fatty acid, cardiovascular and brain improving free fatty acid product on the market. Well, we start with the most pristine waters of the ocean, and then we harvest the most pristine fish. And then we take that fish oil and we add and then we infuse essential oil of lemon. Now, before you freak out about the last time you had fish oil products and you burped for 2 weeks and offended all your neighbors, the infusion of essential oil of lemon stops all of that. It is pristine and it's pure, unbelievable. And it has GPS locating, boat to bottle purity, the most amazing cardiovascular and brain enhancing free fatty acid product on the market. Then physique weight management. Now, January is the most powerful month where people are focusing on their weight. And we all know that losing weight is cool, but keeping it off and getting healthy is even cooler, which is, look at the spelling on physique, IQ, smart weight management. We start with an 18 gram per scoop, unbelievably delicious vanilla whey protein. Then we add a prebiotic, a fiber source for the probiotic to, again, maximize your microbiome. And we have a fat burn, a green coffee citrus-based fat burn that targets visceral fat. Lose weight, keep it off, be healthy. Then we have our True Science line, our 4-part skincare line, and our 3-part hair care line with the same focus, focusing on the cells of your scalp and face. Maximize their efficiency and you have glowing skin. Maximize their efficiency and out of a healthy scalp, you can grow beautifully luscious hair, award-winning True Science products. And then we end with our pet tandem. You know the 7 to 1 dog years to human years thing? You know where that comes from? Have you ever thought about it? It comes from oxidative stress. Dogs have 7 times more. Well, that's what this product focuses on. So reducing oxidative stress in a mammal is great if it's you and if it's your dog. So when it's your dog, you can be the most popular dog owner at the dog park because your aging dog is running circles around the younger dogs because it's activated its DNA. That's what Pet Tandem for Dogs does. Unbelievable product line.
Seriously, I absolutely love every single one of these. And I've been texting some messages into the comment section. And as I'm thinking about them, I see all these faces or the dogs and the stories that have been created around activating the wellness of these people and animals is just phenomenal. All of those stories are exactly the ones that are better when we get to share them with other people. And when you're incentivized and promoted to share them by creating a leveraged income stream, there's no better way to create an income. So guys, I want to share a little bit more with you about the story of this amazing company that brings us this opportunity. LifeVantage has actually been in network marketing for just over 11 years. Actually, in May, it'll be 12 years that we've been in network marketing. We're so excited about that because the company recognized that when people love something that they use, they love to talk about it. So why not eliminate the middleman and let people create an income stream that they can work from home with? We're headquartered in Utah and we're publicly traded on the NASDAQ. Our ticker is LFVN. What this means for you is transparency. That's amazing because that means that you can go and you can research everything that we are sharing with you and see that it is absolutely 100% true. And this is an absolutely real opportunity for you. We are a debt-free company and we're governed by a board of former executives from companies like Coca-Cola, Airbnb, Amazon, SC Johnson, and many more. So now you know about these amazing products and this fabulous company that is partnered together. We wanted to make sure that we positioned ourselves right in front of the right trends at the right time. And never before in history have people ever been as concerned with and willing to take control of their wellness than ever before, guys. You can actually track that by seeing where money is being spent. Just in the last 8 years, there's been an increase of 60% plus of wellness sales in products in the wellness arena. As you can see on the right-hand side here, this is actually from 2019. The Direct Selling Association provided these stats, and it just shows you the trajectory of the wellness market and how we're going up and up and up and how far ahead we are than any of the other areas. And what that means is people are prioritizing their wellness. So it's absolutely the best place to be when you're in business. There's 6 different areas in the wellness market that we have products in these different areas. That's anti-aging, skincare, hair care, pet care, energy market, and the weight loss arena. As a matter of fact, I will bet that you already spend money in at least one, if not all of these different areas. I know I was before I started using these products because there's actually well over $600 billion being spent in these areas every single year. So what we're doing is that through a little bit of education, we're sharing with you how there are cleaner, there's greener, and there's activating options that are better for your wellness optimization. So with that education, like I said, we're giving you a little piece of it right now. People change their minds quickly once they know why they should be spending money in an area. I mean, back in 2017, people were spending more money on cosmetics than they were on wellness. But in just one short year, that changed because they learned something, right? And so 32.6% of all dollars in 2018 were spent on wellness, over 25.6% for cosmetics. So as you can see, you've absolutely found the perfect model to be able to create an online supplemental income from home or really anywhere that you have Wi-Fi or cell service. You'll need have a virtual office and need very minimal business assets and no inventory requirements, super low entry costs, and you get to use social sharing. You'll have a personal online store, e-commerce, baby. And then you'll be able to track your bonuses daily, as well as have opportunities for travel, you know, for promo trips you'll earn, for building your business to a certain level. How about trips just to go out and support your team as they make decisions to reach certain success levels? So much opportunity here for you.
Now, we told you it was publicly traded. That's important for transparency reasons. What you're looking at now is our annual income disclosure form. I'm going to focus on the 2 gray columns that you see. The first gray column is the average monthly commissions. The second is the average time it takes to reach that level. So let's profile a couple ranks here. First, our Pro 3 rank, where in 8 months on average, the brand new person who's never done this before, working part-time from home, can generate a monthly income of over $600. What would that be like for your family or a family that you know, especially now? Or how about this rank? our Premier Pro 5, where in 16 months, on average, less than a year and a half, the brand new person working part-time from home can generate an income of over $3,000 per month. That's like getting a $37,000 to $38,000 a year raise in the next year and a half working part-time from home. How does that sound? Or how about this? Our Elite Pro 7, 30 months on average, less than 3 years. The average person who's never done this before, working part-time from home, can generate an income of over $13,000 per month. That's like a doctor, attorney, CEO type income without the years in college or the college student loans that you need to get there. So just take a look at that first gray column. Find a number that would work for you per month, and then look all the way to the right and see how long it takes. Then you know for sure. Then it's just up to you to put in the time, and we'll show you what's required.
So exciting, because most people wouldn't have those opportunities. No. But we've actually eliminated all of the barriers, including how to get started. We have such a low entry cost that we all get actually started at the same spot. That's a $50 starter pack. And then you decide which enrollment product package that you want to get started in utilizing the products in your daily life. There's the silver package for $350, gold pack for $650, and the platinum package is $1,250. The difference in these packages is the amount of product that come with them and the amount of savings that you get off of the product costs. Plus, the gold pack and the platinum pack both have a ticket to the next corporate event included, because we know that education is part of becoming a professional. So when we were taking a look at this opportunity ourselves, we knew that we wanted to get started with the biggest pack available, because we wanted to be able to utilize all the products available so we would have our own experience and stories to share. But we also wanted to have products to be able to sample out and products to be able to help those people closest to us be able to get started right away. But whichever package you see yourself fitting in with, the most important decision that you can make today is to just get started.
Absolutely.
And once you've done that, most people have this question: can I do this? I mean, we had that same question ourselves. And what we want you to know from our experiences, we absolutely know that you can. If we can do this, anybody can, guys, because you will have everything at your fingertips that you need. If you're willing to be coachable, to work as part of a team, and be part of a mentorship program, because LifeVantage provides the rest. How about global customer support as well as distributors? How about easy to follow ITT system, where you just invite people to take a look at a tool and then introduce them to a team member to help get their questions answered the best way for them. We have regular team meetings and trainings all focused around skill set, mindset, and how to be a great leader, with regular corporate events and trainings that supplement this path to success. We also have amazing incentives and perks. We talked a little bit about the travel. We have cash promos frequently, and just so many different things that really get us excited to build our businesses. And then you'll always have the private support communities as well. There's Facebook groups, there's one-on-one or group accountability Zoom sessions, as well as you'll be provided with the cell phone numbers of those people that have a direct vested interest in helping you be successful. Everything that you need. Now let's share a little bit more about what's happened and hit the presses just in the past couple of years about this company, LifeVantage.
Like our corporate headquarters being voted one of the best places to work for 4 consecutive years.
I think that's true. We've got 5 in the bag.
In the bag.
For sure. We expanded further into Europe when we opened in Ireland.
This was huge. Erin Brockovich joined our board of directors. If you're not familiar with Erin Brockovich, go watch the movie called Erin Brockovich, and you'll see how amazing this lady's appointment to our board of directors truly is.
Yeah. And our True Science Hair Care System was awarded a Silver Stevie Award for Best New Product. Stevie Awards are a really big deal. And as a matter of fact, in the past 6 months, we were awarded another 7 Stevie Awards. Go check it out.
Awards are important. We received a business award by being voted to the Russell 3000 Index for the 2nd time.
And we continued adding to the family when we opened in New Zealand.
Now, we opened last year with an amazing, and actually 2 amazing announcements. The first was our 2nd consecutive explosive quarter of growth. And the second was just free shipping everywhere we ship products.
Everywhere. And we were invited and we rang the closing bell for NASDAQ's Wellness Week last year in January. This was so exciting. This is exactly what Times Square looked like, colored up all in Protandem blue.
Wow, what a different world it is. But what isn't different is how we market. We know sports marketing is the most powerful, even when there's cardboard people in stands instead of real people, which is why we chose sports marketing to advertise our business. And we specifically chose soccer, the most popular sport in the world. We sponsor Real Salt Lake from MLS, Major League Soccer. I mean, look at that jersey. Every game, every highlight, free global advertising for your business.
I love that you said global, because this is actually an international business opportunity, guys. These are the markets that we're currently open in for distributors and biohacking customers. And on top of it, we're open in mainland China for e-commerce customers, as well as just opening in Singapore for distributors and customers, and products is being shipped to the doorsteps of customers in Malaysia. And we continue to grow.
This is LifeVantage Legacy. It's our charitable arm, the heartbeat of our company. Every time we get together as a company, some needy group of people, some organization gets blessed with our time, money, effort, and resources, because we can, but more importantly, because we care. LifeVantage Legacy.
We seem to attract people with really big hearts, and it's because of this, the legacy portion of LifeVantage. So now we want to ask you, how does your heart feel? Are you feeling like you're ready to become a customer, or distributors like Dondee and I? Or maybe you still have some questions and you need some additional information. Please get back to the person that invited you here today and let them know what you need to see or hear to make the right decision for you. Now, if you're ready to become a customer, please ask for your personalized shopping cart and get checked out today. And if you've decided you're ready to join the team, we are super excited to be the first ones to say congratulations on making a phenomenal decision and taking ownership of your personal economy and your family's future. We can't wait to meet you at a future event.
Yes, and if you haven't decided, let me close with this. If we were having this conversation 3 years from today, and you were looking back on your life over those 3 years, and you were looking at your life experiences, both personally and professionally, what needs to happen for you to be happy with your progress? And lastly, what are you willing to do to achieve it? And when will you get started? Let us challenge you to get started today, so that your tomorrow and every day looking forward is more predictably successful from your health and your financial perspective, because you're worth it. We know your time's valuable. Thanks for spending it with us. Be safe, and God bless.